Good afternoon, sir. Today, we are excited to present our midterm project, an e-commerce platform built with node.js and containerized using Docker. Our team consists of three people, me, Nguyễn Trường Phát, and my teammates, Quách Trí Dũng, Nguyễn Cao Phi. Together, we will work through our solution, its architecture, and how we have implemented Docker to make deployment simple and scalable. So, our backend is built using Express.js, which is a popular framework for Node.js. We have implemented a RESTful API structure with the following key components. The authentication system. The authentication system. We have created a secure JWT with a JSON Web Token that supports both user and admin roles. The authentication flow includes registration, login, and protect root. Login and protect root. So let's come to the product management. Our API allows for a complete CRUD operation on products, including its image uploading using motor middleware. For database integration, we are using SQLite to interact with our MySQL database, so it can make our code more maintainable and the database operations more efficient. So we have followed a modular approach with the model, controller, middleware, and roots. One of the features I'm particularly proud of is our middleware implementation. So, for example, our middleware ensures that only authenticated users can access certain routes, and our admin middleware adds an additional layer of protection for admin-only operation. This will ensure that create, update, and delete operations on products can only be performed by administrator. Now we will discuss our front-end implementation.
Good afternoon, teacher. My name is Nguyễn Cao Phi. Our React pay frontend provide responsive, interactive shopping experience with feature for both real user and administrator. Our pay provide user with a visually appealing introduction to our store. It it included future product section, category showcase, special offer with countdown time, supply highlight, and service highlight. And our sub-pay employment sophisticated filtering and search functionality, cataloging by filtering, that's with real-time result. PS 5324. Our product detail pay provide high quality product in May. Detailed product information. To get functionality. Check out our authentication system provide a secure and user-friendly experience. registration with validation. G2T pay login rotated route for authenticated user route based access control. For store administrator, we have built a comprehensive dashboard that allows product management, view, add, edit, that, sorry, delete, my upload function now categorization of product, grading management.
So good afternoon, sir. Thank you for Nguyễn Coffee presentation. Now I will move to Docker application. So I have three main Docker application in my project. First one is backend, as you can see here, and frontend, and the last one is Docker Compose. This is to connect two server together and start at the same time. So on both uh, container, front-end container and back-end container using Node 18 Alpine as the base image, which provide a minimal footprint while including everything we need to run in our application. So how can two server backend and front-end connect together? So when we run the Docker Compose up, the Docker will create a custom network. Uh, Here you can see the container name is the Midterm node.js MySQL, and it will start the MySQL first and waiting for it to be healthy, and then it will start the backend, which connect to MySQL via internal network, and finally it will start the front end, which can access the backend API. And about the data flow, the front end makes the API request to the backend on port 5000 over here. Uh, Here the port your app run on export 5000 for the backend, and the backend will process this request as communicates with the MySQL. Then MySQL will store and retrieve my application data. About the network communication, the service communicate using the service name as the host name. For example, the backend connect to MySQL using host MySQL, as you can see over here, the environment. So to this setup ensure that service start in a correct order, like database first, then backend, then front end. You can see here database, backend, and the front end here. So each service has its own isolated environment. Mm, So here you can see the environment of the database, um, the backend, and the front end. Always, and then the data will and data persistence is achieved through a Docker volumes, and then service can communicate through internal Docker network. Over here, you can see here. So in summarize, Docker Compose simplify developing and testing and deploy multi-container application by handling network, volume mapping, and container orchestration in a declarative way, making your application infrastructure consistent across the environment. So that is all for my presentation. Thank you, teacher, for listening.